we can't sign freshmen, or we're in a situation where we have to pull offers from kids because we don't have a senior class of 7 or 8 that we want to keep and that we want to hold on to. And that's okay because it's just where we're at right now. But I think it's a great opportunity for women's college basketball players across the board to capitalize on their brand, on their NIL, on their rev share for another season, but more so than the business side of it, to get to play college basketball for another year. Like, I'd give anything to do that. So I'm excited for them. I also think it makes it less messy too. You get 5 years. No more of this injury waiver stuff. No more eligibility. Like 5. Boom, get it done. Like, I like that.
After going through your first season at Arizona and having some time to reflect, what did you learn that kind of influenced how you were going to approach this?
Yeah. Oh man, I think I learned a lot. I think I learned a lot through last year, and last year wasn't anything significantly harder or different than how it's been year one at anywhere else. But you don't quite remember how hard it is till you're in it. My wife actually tells me all the time I take new jobs because I've done it like 100 times. She's like, "You want to do year one again?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's not that bad." And then halfway through year one, she's like, "I told you." So it's hard, it's difficult to sit here and try to tell you everything I learned. I mean, I'd be talking for 2 hours. What I think it's done more than anything is make me appreciate this group, and I think they feel it. And I think especially Samaya and Molly can feel the shift in energy from me and from our staff because we are so grateful for this group and who they are and what they value and how they come out and their approach every single day. Like, it's made me more joyful at practice. It's probably made me more enjoyable to be around at practice, but I want to reciprocate that gratitude and show them that I appreciate them and everything they're bringing every single day because of what we may or may not have had last year. So I think that's probably the biggest difference.
What do you feel like you were able to accomplish last year from establishing new cultures?
Yeah, I mean, I think anybody we talk to, any fans, any donors, anybody that we run into in town, or anybody in this building, just appreciated how hard we played. I mean, there is a standard here at Arizona in the way that we practice and the way that we play. Everybody in the building and everybody on our staff and like probably on our team knew that our talent was never better than anybody else's last year. Even a few times in our non-conference, like, our talent was not better than other people's talent, but our ability to play harder was better almost every night. And so if we keep that, when we keep that, which is our identity, we are a blue collar team that plays our butts off. And now we've added that talent, you'll see those close games turn into wins. And that's always what happens. And so I think people learned that we are a team that plays our butts off. You're never going to get shortchanged for our effort and what you're going to get for the price of admission for us. I mean, you look at the 7 games we lost in the Big 12 by single digits. We didn't belong in 6 of those. 7 probably. And we're in basketball games late in the fourth quarter. We're up 2 at TCU, number 10 in the country, at TCU at halftime. Nobody led at TCU this year except for us. We're down 4 in the last media timeout against Baylor at Baylor. Like, there are games that we put ourselves in a position to be in, and I don't do the moral victory thing, but the writing was on the wall. We just had a little bit of a ceiling last season, and so we're excited to like I said, just close that gap a little bit. Hopefully those close games turn into wins for us. And, we know we have a long way to go before that happens. So I think people appreciate it, the effort. I think people saw the energy that we're going to play with, them hopefully taking a little bit of my personality on the court. I hope people appreciated how hard I coach, how well our teams were prepared. I hope people feel like I did my job, because I go to sleep every night knowing that I bring it every day, and I empty my tank, and I take pride in that as a coach. So.
Go ahead. The recruiting cycle in women's basketball picks up later and later, like they're committing later than they used to. Mm-hmm. Do you like that? What do you think about that?
Are you talking about like freshmen, or are you talking about?
The freshmen commits. It seems like they commit closer to November now than maybe they used to.
Yeah. I think there's. I don't care when they commit. I like it when they do. So if they do early, great. If they don't, then I'm not happy. I think a lot of that has to do, I think the later commitments have to do with the fact that you can take as many visits as you want now. And I think there's a lot of negotiating and a lot of business aspect to go back and forth on, which wasn't what we had to deal with in the past. So figuring out numbers and negotiating those types of things usually takes a little bit longer. But what you will see with this freshman class, now that the 5-for-5 rule is in play, is that those guys are panic committing, which I'm okay with. Panic commit, like, come on. So they just know that these schools, now that the 5-for-5 pass, are not going to have roster spots for them, which obviously we will. So.
One more question, and then we'll let somebody
t-shirts that those guys are wearing? Did you come up with that?
Yeah, we have a couple cool T-shirts this year, and it's just kind of what we're about, that blue collar mentality, and like genuinely, we're not for everybody. Like our program is not for everybody to come play in. We're super transparent about that in the process. Our program is for the 12 that are here, and they are built for it, and they've proven that for 7 weeks, and they want the challenge. But this program is not for softies that don't want to be coached, that don't want to be told the truth, that don't want to work hard, and that's just real. So we put it on shirts to remind them. We have a Tucson Tough shirt. Like this city is a blue collar place that isn't like about the shiny bells and whistles. They're about like getting the results, doing whatever it takes to get it done. A fan base that values hard work and what we bring every single day. So just little reminders on their shirts that like take pride in who you are, take pride in what our identity is, take pride in being that blue collar, rough and tough mentality. Like we're gonna get it done one way or another. So awesome, thank you. Mix of it all. But more than anything, it's really a group that we brought together for a purpose, that we had time to recruit, that we really were selective and picky about, and I think it's shown through our 7 weeks of practice. I'm very grateful for this group. We have chemistry, we have positivity, we have players that are connected. They care about one another, but most importantly, they care about wearing the block A across their chest, and they prove that every single time they come out and they practice and they show it. This is one of the most coachable groups I've had. This is one of the most enjoyable groups that I've had. And we've got really good basketball players, I will say that, but we have great human beings, great students, and young women of great character. We have not had to deal with anything this summer that most coaches have to deal with. We've been able to coach basketball. We've been able to keep it business because they take care of their business. And like I said, I walk into practice every day with a smile on my face. I think with this group, win, lose, or draw, I'm going to come in here with a much different attitude than you may have seen me go through some of the wins, losses, or draws last year, because this group is so likable. They're so coachable. They're here for the right reasons, and it shows. And I just appreciate them so much for that. And so I'm a happy coach right now. I'm in a great mood, but so is everybody else in the country because we're all undefeated right now. So we're gonna take our bumps, take our bruises, as you guys can see with our non-conference schedule. And sure, you guys will ask me about that, but we've challenged them. We've put some teams on our schedule that are gonna really help us find out what we're made of in a hurry. And so I'm excited. We've got great returning players. We've got really impactful freshman class. We've got some impact transfers that have joined us. So where we are right now is in a much better place than we were last year. And I'm thankful. I'm appreciative. And I'm excited for our fans. I'm excited for you guys to cover our squad and have a lot more fun things to write about. And like I said, we're looking forward to hopefully having one of the biggest turnarounds in Division One this year. That's my plan for this group, and I feel like that's something that could very well happen. So the goal is to make the NCAA tournament. The goal is to be an NCAA tournament team, and they know that. We know that. We've put our schedule together so that is the result at the end of the season, and put ourselves in the best position to make sure we control what we can to make that happen. So yeah, excited, happy, thankful. And could not be more excited to have Molly and Samaya here, and you guys get to talk to them. Samaya was one of the best players in the Big 12 the last month of the season. There's no question about that. She was hot for the last month. I'm excited for her to pick up where she left off, to come in year two. For Samaya to be as comfortable as she is right now and as confident as she is right now took a year. It usually does underneath me, and so